Do you feel more like roommates than lovers? If so, you're not alone. Research shows that almost 20% of married couples report living in a passionless marriage, often a clear sign of an intimacy deficit. But that is certainly not what anybody wants.
So in this video, we are going to reveal the 5 most popular strategies with our clients to revive an intimacy-starved relationship, even if you feel your partner is completely closed off and uninterested. Let's explore how to change that, starting tonight.
But first, let's address a question many people ask us. Isn't it just normal that romance dies out when we've been together for years? Well, our short answer to that is this is a toxic belief for relationships.
Remember the time you first met and you fell in love? Everything was magic. Your relationship was your #1 thing in life. It was all you could think of. Then other things took over: the kids, the career, aging parents, and your relationship, well, still important, started to slide back in priority. And intimacy started to suffer. And that is why people think it is normal for passion to dial down with time. But is it?
It's an all too common misconception that it's normal for passion to fade over time. When we accept this as inevitable, we start to overlook the real issue: little active investment into intimacy. And why do we tend to end up in that place? Because even if we want to invest into intimacy, we just don't really know how to do that. Nobody ever told us.
If you're watching this video, you're in the right place. We're going to address exactly this point. In fact, studies suggest that cultivating intimacy can significantly predict higher satisfaction levels in long-term relationships.
Exactly, Monica. That's why today, we're going to show you 5 powerful ways to make your relationship a top priority again and reignite an intimacy you might have thought was lost forever.
But before we do so, a quick question. How do you actually know that your relationship is heading towards a loss of passion and romance? What are the key signs your relationship is starting to lack intimacy?
One of the first signs that intimacy might be waning in a relationship is a noticeable drop in communication. Instead of those long, engaging conversations that used to define our connection, your talks might have become more transactional, revolving around daily tasks.
Exactly, Stephan. It's like when your communication starts to be limited to who's going to pick up the groceries, or who takes out the garbage, or if the bills are paid, rather than sharing how you felt about your day. This shift from deep, meaningful discussions to functional dialogues is a red flag.
Another sign is a lack of physical affection. Remember how holding hands, casual touches, and spontaneous hugs were once a regular part of your day. When these begin to disappear, the physical distance can signify a deeper emotional gap.
And it's not just about missing the affection, but what it represents. These simple acts of closeness reinforce a bond. Without them, you might start feeling more like roommates than romantic partners.
Also, if you find yourself avoiding quality time together, perhaps choosing to spend free time with friends or on individual hobbies instead of with each other, it might indicate that the intimacy is fading.
Absolutely. And let's not overlook making plans for the future. If you or your partner are reluctant to discuss upcoming events or life plans together, it could suggest a lack of commitment or a belief that the relationship might not have a long-term future.
These are signs that point to a relationship where intimacy needs a spark. Recognizing them is the first step towards making changes. And if you want us to make a video where we go deeper and give you more practical examples about these signs, please let us know in the comments below.
Now, let's dive into practical ways you can apply immediately to revive that lost connection and make your relationship a priority again. Let's start with something truly exciting: mystery date nights. Think of it like unwrapping an unexpected gift. You never know what's inside, but the anticipation alone is thrilling.
Exactly. Each partner takes a turn planning a surprise outing. The key is to keep the details secret until the very moment it begins. It could be anything from a candlelit dinner at a secret location to a mystery adventure in your own city.
And the beauty of this surprise is how it mirrors those early days of your relationship, full of spontaneity and excitement. It's about recreating that feeling of discovering each other all over again.
Imagine if one of you plans a night under the stars, complete with blankets and chocolates and tea and maybe even a telescope for stargazing. Neither of you knows exactly what to expect, until you arrive, and then you spend the evening exploring the universe together.
Or maybe it's a themed dinner where each course represents a different country you've both dreamed of visiting. The surprise isn't just in the flavors, but in the stories that unfold with each dish.
These mystery dates will certainly put novelty and surprise back into your relationship, helping to reignite the spark of intimacy. It's about making each other feel valued and excited, ensuring your relationship stays vibrant and deeply connected.
Next on our list is creating a shared bucket list adventure. Imagine this like crafting a wish list of all the dreams and desires you both share. Each item is a gift you've eager to unwrap together.
And it doesn't have to be about big, grandiose dreams like skydiving or traveling to exotic locations. So those are great too. It's also about simpler pleasures like taking a cooking class together or completing a challenging hike.
Each time you check off an item from your bucket list, you're building shared memories and celebrating victories together, which brings a profound sense of connection and achievement.
For instance, you might have attend a live concert by our favorite band on your list. Imagine the excitement leading up to the event, experience the live music together, and remember it for years to come.
Or perhaps it's watching a sunset from the highest peak near your town. It's about finding joy in the journey, the planning and the anticipation as much as in the experience itself.
So sit down together, draft the bucket list, and start planning how to make those dreams a reality. It's about recommitting to not just the big moments, but to the everyday adventures that you both cherish.
Moving on, let's talk about our third strategy, the joint hobby quest. Imagine both of you stepping into a new world together, whether that's learning to dance, paint, or garden. It's about discovering new aspects of each other and yourselves through a shared hobby.
This process of exploration can be incredibly bonding. For example, let's say you both decide to start salsa dancing. The first steps might be awkward, as we know from experience, but every misstep is a chance to support each other and grow.
Or perhaps you dive into a cooking class focused on Thai cuisine. Each session not only adds a new dish to your culinary repertoire, but also layers your relationship with new, shared skills and laughs over each accidentally spicy dish you make. The key here is to choose something neither of you have tried before. This levels the playing field and makes the learning process exciting and new for both, which is perfect for rekindling the sense of adventure and intimacy.
Exactly, Monica. In fact, there's a subtle yet powerful point to this. Learning a new skill together invites both of you into slightly unfamiliar territory where you invite novelty into your relationship. You step outside the usual routine and you start discovering a new aspect of your partner and possibly about yourself. So pick a hobby that intrigues both of you. Set a time to explore it together and watch as this new shared passion brings a fresh spark into your relationship.
Next, let's explore the power of revisiting old times with what we call memory lane moments. Think of it as opening a box of cherished keepsakes from your past together.
Right, Monica. It's about taking an evening to go through old photos, love letters, or even souvenirs from trips you've taken together. Each item holds a story, a memory that you've shared, which can reignite those initial sparks of love.
For example, you might find photos from your first vacation together and recall the adventures or mishaps that brought you closer. It's a beautiful way to reconnect and remember why you fell in love.
And it's not just about nostalgia. This activity can strengthen your bonds to reminding you both of the journey you've shared and all the hurdles you've overcome together, reinforcing the strength of your relationship. It's like reinforcing the roots of your love tree.
So set aside a special night, maybe with some wine and music that was meaningful to you back then, and dive into those memories. It's a heartfelt and intimate way to restore warmth and closeness in your relationship.
And finally, let's talk about something simple yet profoundly impactful. Surprise love notes. Imagine finding hidden messages that your partner has left just for you.
Exactly, Stephan. Each note is a small but powerful gift, full of affection and appreciation. Placing them in unexpected spots, like in a book they're reading or in their purse or pocket, can bring a moment of joy and a deep sense of being loved.
For example, you could write something like, "I love how your eyes light up when you laugh," or "I can't wait to see you this evening," or "Have an amazing day, I miss you," and hide it somewhere they'll find during the day. It's a delightful surprise that reminds them of your love and attention.
It's about those little gestures that show you're thinking of them, which can significantly enhance the emotional connection between you. So why not start today? Leave a note where they least expect it and watch how such a small act can transform the mood of your relationship.
Remember, the key is to make your relationship a priority, just like in the early days. It's not just about big gestures, but the daily efforts that show your commitment and care.
So don't wait for a special occasion. Start today and watch how these small acts of love can transform your relationship into a beautiful journey together.
We hope this was helpful. Like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more real advice for real couples.
Let's transform your love story together.